Coming up on WMBD News at noon, the presidential race now narrows. The latest Democratic candidate to drop from the contest. Also, additional resources are coming to Illinois to help in the fight against COVID-19. We'll tell you the heroes that are making it happen. And COVID-19 knows no limits, but certain communities are being hit harder. We're investigating why that's the case and how community leaders are responding. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shelby Roberts. To begin this afternoon, a man is in critical condition after being shot last night in Peoria. Police arrived to the 2600 block of Wardcliff Drive around 11:20, and there they found a victim who was shot in the neck and shoulder. Public Information Officer Amy Dodson says that he was taken to a local hospital after officers found him. Police are still searching for suspects. Of course, we'll continue to update you on this story as more information becomes available. Also developing this afternoon, a woman reported missing from Normal earlier this year is now a murder victim. Illinois State Police say 18-year-old Haley Decker was found on March 26th in rural Pulaski County. That's in the southern Illinois area along the Ohio River. They say while she was reported missing on January 22nd from Normal, it's believed that she moved to southeast Missouri before her murder. At this point in time, police are not releasing the cause of death, and this case is still under investigation. New at noon, there's now one less candidate in the Democratic race for president. Senator Bernie Sanders has now dropped out of the race. The 78-year-old Vermont senator made the announcement this morning via Twitter. This now leaves former Vice President Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic nominee, to challenge President Donald Trump in November. OSF Healthcare is mandating furloughs for non-patient facing employees, and this comes as the COVID-19 crisis continues. As hospitals take on COVID-19 patients, they're cutting in some other areas. A spokesperson for OSF says that they're seeing a decline in inpatient services, surgeries, and visits to OSF Ergo, and that of course means a drop in revenue. To compensate, hospital administrators say that some employees may move to working on a volunteer basis. Others could be asked to take unpaid time off. We're told that they will keep their benefits, including health insurance, even while they're not working.
We will get through this, and we're not alone. Every health system in the country is experiencing the same sorts of downturns in revenue that we are here at OSF and across central Illinois and in Michigan as well. So all across the country, it's the same story, and we're all having to take measures to secure our financial stability during this time of crisis.
The organization is also reducing top executive salaries by at least 5 or 10%. Peoria's Unity Point Health is focusing on mental health as the crisis takes a toll on medical workers. Nurses, doctors, and support staff are weeks into this pandemic. The president of Unity Place, which is the hospital's mental health service, says that healthcare workers, along with the general public, are experiencing what's called sustained persistent grief reaction. He says it's essential to keep employees ready to go physically, mentally, and emotionally.
We're going to have to continue to deal with the mental health of our employees and our staff and our frontline workers now. We're going to have to worry about this going forward the next few weeks or maybe months. But then we're also going to need to develop a long-term plan for the mental health of our people, afterwards, the kind of the post-traumatic side of things.
Dr. Bender also says that their team is in need of cloth masks. We've got a direct link to their website over on our mobile app, CI Proud to Go. Nearly 60% of ICU hospital beds in Peoria are now taken. Governor J.B. Pritzker says that Central Illinois is one of the most affected by this pandemic outside of Chicago as the state sees its deadliest day yet. He says he's shifting ventilators within the state as demand becomes apparent. Governor Pritzker says it's crucial that we flatten the curve before hospitals run low on beds and on medical supplies. He says right now there are 3,600 confirmed COVID-19 patients in Illinois. Statewide, 57% of ventilators are still available, but the governor says he's ordered thousands more ahead of an anticipated need.
Given the crucial nature of ventilators in treating COVID-19, we're also tracking ventilator availability specifically, investigating the need to move ventilators not just within a region of the state, but from region to region within the state as needed.
There are now 13,500 patients in Illinois, but the governor says the number is actually much higher, with some people recovering at home without being tested. Of those who have been tested, 19% of those tests came back positive. Monica Hendrickson with the Peoria Health Department says there are now 37 confirmed cases in the Tri-County area, 15 in Peoria County, 15 in Tazewell, and 7 in Woodford County. In McLean County, more people have tested positive for the virus than any other area in central Illinois. Another 14 cases to report, 62 in all. Of those, 31 people are isolating at home, 6 are in the hospital, including 2 in the ICU. Nearly 24 people have recovered. McLean County has the only drive-through testing location in our region. Essential workers in McLean County have one less option for child care now. This comes after an employee at the YWCA tested positive for COVID-19. WMBD's Manash Kungwari explains the next steps that the organization is taking to keep kids safe.
For the remainder of this week, the parents of the 30 to 60 children who use YWCA's Young Wonders program will have to find a new place to place their children. Leaders tell WMBD an employee tested positive for the COVID-19 virus last week, but agency spokeswoman Christy Germanis says the kids should be able to return as early as Monday, April 13th. That's because that date marks the 14th day since the individual who tested positive was on site. And according to the Centers for Disease Control and the Illinois Department of Health, that's how many days is needed to ensure kids are entering a safe environment.
Anyone who was in contact with the employee was notified personally. No one should have any fear coming back into our environment. We have cleaned and sanitized and ventilated everything that we need to, and if there was any trace, it will have been eradicated by the time they come back to Young Wonders.
When the kids are able to return, Germanis says the agency will continue to monitor the temperatures of the kids and the employees and will be sending anyone home who shows symptoms of the COVID-19 virus. In Bloomington, I'm Manash Kungwari.
The Illinois National Guard's 182nd Airlift Wing in Peoria is now delivering supplies to Chicago during this COVID-19 pandemic. 2 aircrafts of about 15 people left Peoria yesterday morning. The aircrafts are heading to Oregon to pick up some tents from a manufacturer. The supplies will be brought to an alternative medical facility at McCormick Place in Chicago. The crews will return to Illinois and bring the tents to Chicago today. State Farm customers may be getting a check in the mail soon. This comes as the amount of drivers on the roads has decreased since the stay-at-home order was put in place. Fewer cars on the roads means fewer accidents. Fewer accidents could mean savings for your insurance companies. Companies like Allstate and American Family Insurance are also sending those savings back to their customers. Allstate says all 18 million customers will be receiving 15% of their premium put back into their accounts. State Farm officials say that they're monitoring their car insurance loss trends and they're looking into the best solutions. Keeping an eye on Caterpillar, some additional funds are coming to Caterpillar stakeholders. The board of directors voted today to maintain the quarterly cash dividend of $1.03 per share of common stock. It'll be payable to shareholders on May 20th. Caterpillar has paid a cash dividend every year since the company was formed. We're learning more about the new policies in place at a local senior living facility after the coronavirus-related death of one of the residents. Sunday, a 91-year-old Peoria man died from COVID-19 while living at Bickford Senior Living. Monday, a man in his 80s died from the virus in East Peoria's Generations at Riverview. Peoria and Tazewell's health departments say that they're in regular communication with a number of senior homes. The executive vice president of Bickford Senior Living says that caregivers are following some strict guidelines to keep residents safe.
In all of the across the spectrum of senior housing and long-term care, I think our caregivers are the true heroes in all this, and what they're doing each and every day and putting, they're in many ways putting their life on the line.
Both facilities have restricted visitors since March. To read a full statement from Generations at Riverview, you can head online to ciproud.com.